Okay, so that was an amazing concert. Seriously, like it was one of the best I've been to. And no, I'm not making that up. And the first thing I wanted to ask because of that, like even for me, this was my first live with your band, and I really felt I was part of the crowd. So when you started the band and the music you're writing, do you have something specific in mind? Like, do you want to create a community? Is there a message you want to send?
That wasn't the first reason we started the band. To be honest, it's very easy. We started the band because we wanted to play music. We're best friends since more than 20 years. But slowly, you know, we're reaching people, we're meeting people. It was like family to us. Slowly, the closest friends, the closest audience, and slowly we said, okay, we feel something. I wanted to spread some message, you know, in some point, but that wasn't the basic reason why we started the band.
Okay, and on that note, so you have classical Greek instruments as well in the band, which is not typical in metal music. Was that also something you had from the start that you wanted to do? You had a best friend that was playing that instrument, or how did that get incorporated in the band?
No, when we started playing music, we were very young, really young. We know each other many years, but we started to play, you know, rock and roll, heavy metal, and all the stuff. So it was basically drums, guitars, and bass, aggressive vocals and stuff. But slowly, in some point we said, okay, let's try to put some clarinet inside.
Okay.
Let's try to put some bagpipes.
Yeah.
And when we rehearsed and we jumped with some people we knew back in Ioannina, it was awesome.
Okay.
It was awesome. We said, okay.
I'm actually curious about that because music is not easy. So when you have, let's say, a genre like metal, and then you bring in a clarinet, what does the rehearsal process or songwriting process look like? Like, do you start with the guitar, with the lyrics? Do you bring the clarinet in? I mean, how does it work for you guys?
Now or back in the days when we started improvise with those instruments? When we started to improvise with those instruments, there was an idea. We were playing actually with just guitars, bass and drums. We were playing the bass of this music. It had some Epirus music inside, the rhythms, the melody, and it could fit in my mind.
Okay.
And we said, let's try it. But recently, you know, it's been years since then. We liked it. Back then it was totally free. Right now it's a little bit more, it starts with a tune, it starts with whatever.
Okay.
And then we gathered together and we said, okay, let's try this, play this in the bagpipe, let's play this in the rhythms, let's play this in the guitar. And
so you feel the chemistry is easy within the band and how you
Definitely. We know each other many years, so the chemistry, it's kind of, we don't think a lot about it, it just happens.
Okay.
Some points and some...
And you sing in English and Greek, so is it a conscious choice to write in English or because language obviously has different intonation, different feeling, different words, so is it a conscious choice when you do it? Does it change how you feel, why you do it? So is there a reason you switch between the two languages?
There's no specific reason. Some of the songs, okay, we made an album, it was in Greek. All the songs except one, it was in Greek. But some of the songs of the next album we made, they were older than the first album, and they were in English. It was kind of, it happened, it was in English.
Okay.
But we knew in the first album that we have to pick these songs and make a story and make something, make a concept. It was in Greek. At the second album, some of the songs, they were in English, but there wasn't a force. But anyway, in some point, after that, first of all, always it's an inspiration of what we feel. We feel to sing about this in English, in Greek, in whatever. If I knew more languages, probably I'm gonna have one song in Spanish, I don't know, something.
Exactly.
But lately, when we did that, we saw that all over the world, people are understanding the message. All over the world, seriously. I'm getting messages from all over the world that they're understanding what we feel.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think also that, yes, why not? That's the point of life, you know, to communicate with as many people as possible. To change the world, you have to communicate with all the world, not with just your friend and your neighbor.
So you feel language is important. So for
It
example,
is important.
if you switch to English, it reaches a wider audience. I mean, apart from the music, for example, which does evoke feeling, you feel the lyrics and the language played an even bigger role in how you reach a wider audience.
Not necessarily bigger role, but it's important.
Yeah.
It's important. And right now I'm communicating with you in English.
Yeah.
If I didn't speak English, we wouldn't communicate.
Definitely.
That's very easy, to have a point.
Yeah.
And I want to communicate, and I want people to communicate with me also. Share their feelings, share their ideas. I want to feel that all over the world people exist with the same ideas like mine, with the same vision of the future world,
Yeah.
I want to feel that. Otherwise, I'm gonna get very depressed.
No, of course, the world does agree with you. And as we saw tonight, there was a huge community. And a question I wanted to bring up because it happened on the spot, for example, people were asked not to use the flares. For example, so how does that make you feel, or how do you react in situations like this where people feel like they're communicating with you through things they maybe shouldn't, but on stage, how does that make you feel perhaps?
It's a big story. It's a big issue now.
It's a pro and a con, right?
I'm not sure, to be honest. In some point I feel great, it looks awesome. On the other point it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, it's not something you can actually
I'm totally honest
predict.
with you.
Yeah, of course.
The easiest thing it would be to say to you, okay, this is wrong, this is dangerous, you shouldn't.
No. I don't want you to feel like you need to answer something that you have to say.
No, in some points I don't know what
Yeah, of course, because it feels like, that's what I'm saying, that it feels like people are communicating with you, but sometimes these things aren't allowed. So for you, like, the sense of community, as we spoke about, is an important thing, right?
It is very important.
Yeah.
Not for my music, for my life.
All of you. Yeah.
For our life. Community is everything. We live together and we have to find better ways to improve our life, to progress.
And you feel this is what inspires your music and lyrics? Like, do you talk to people and what they're facing in everyday life and the sense of community you are trying to create, and that's what you're trying to get through your music, at least in the later stages? Because you said in the beginning you're improvising and it was because best friends wanted to play music, but now you have a bigger impact on society, on people who listen to your music. So
I'm trying to bring myself. So who I am is not, I don't speak too much in my everyday life. Like everybody, I'm catching them and say, hey, let's try to do this, let's improve. I wish I was more.
So now I'm talking too much to you.
No, I'm not.
I'm
this is not what I
joking.
mean. This is not what I mean.
I'm
But
joking,
I wish I was intervening my life more with my community, and say to people around me, it's my neighbors, it's my brother, my sister, my whatever, my best friend, to say, hey, come on, let's make our lives better. Let's change this. Let's go further. I wish I could do that more.
No, but you're doing it.
I'm doing it more with my music.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
I'm not doing it enough with my life. I'm
No,
completely
but look,
honest with you.
everyone has their role in society, so your best attribute is music. So you do it through that. Someone else, their best attribute might be talking or doing something with the community.
Some people are more capable of
that's what
that.
I mean, like through your music. I don't mean like personally, but I mean when you see what's happening around you, you do it through your music, right?
Yes, not intentionally.
Yeah, but it's
this
a
is what I
feeling
feel.
that-
This is what I feel, and when I'm singing what I feel.
Yeah.
Because singing is different than playing music. At least at some point, because you have to say words. Which words everybody knows, from my grandmother to a very, very young children. Yeah, it's not just notes and music.
Yeah.
It's some words. So when you have to say something, you have to say what you feel. And what I feel, okay, I live in this society, I'm here,
Okay, on that
Maybe
note,
I came from another world, but I'm from here. I live here.
Definitely. But on that note, I'm going to end it with one question. So you spoke about now language, and I speak, and my grandmother understands this. But you have also sounds in your music. So you howl like a wolf. So what does that mean to you? What does those sounds convey to you as a feeling? And then of course it extends to the audience and what they feel when they hear it.
I love wolves.
Okay, so it's a personal choice.
Yeah. Personal. Everything is
We
personal.
have a full moon tonight, though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that inspired you further to do it.
Maybe.
Probably. Okay.
I howled more.
No, but it really did create even more of emotion. That's what I'm saying. Like, so for you, if you're saying that it's about how you feel, we're all part of nature, as you said, part of the community. So animals are
Definitely.
part of that.
Of course. It's not just human beings.
Yeah.
It's animals, it's plants, it's trees, it's everything.
Yeah.
Of course, we are together. Everything, even the dust.
Yeah.
I
This
love
is
the
why
dust. I
music
love,
is
I love
relatable.
everything. I love the mountains. I love the trees. I love the sea. Everything. This is what makes this world what it is.
Okay, and I think that's what makes it even more relatable, is that you include all these elements and it combines the words with the feeling, with the music, with the culture. So honestly, it was an excellent show. Seriously, people went nuts. Like, we were scared that the reels were gonna break. I was like, shit. Okay, but
They were
amazing.
dancing with the rhythm, don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, yeah. People were going nuts. They were really feeling it. And
It
that
was super
too.
tonight. Tonight
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
super.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you for
We hope
coming.
to see you one more time.
Yeah, we're
and
gonna
more
come.
and more and more and more.
We're gonna be strong and we're gonna come again.
Absolutely.
I hope you are gonna be also.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for sure every time. Thank you.
Cheers.